On today's episode of Tangents, Dan scavenges for snacks, I build a motorcycle, and a Swedish guy shows us that a Volvo can actually be kind of badass. Oh, John's gonna draw you a sticker too. Alright, so if you've been following DT for a while, you may have noticed my bikes in the back of a lot of episodes, or a few episodes, whatever, here and there. Cut to some of those. Today, we've got something super rad planned. We're gonna be able to tear the whole thing apart and basically rebuild it new. Aren't we, Vinny?
Wait, that's rad? I thought you were gonna say you're gonna jump it.
Anyway.
Comment below if you want Zach to learn how to do donuts on a motorcycle.
Anyway.
That's what I want. I'm commenting right now.
Oh my God, twist my arm. Shit. Of course. Anyway, so here's what we've got planned. Lose the engine, the old exhaust, basically everything, right? And we're gonna put some new super dope parts on it. The big one being the engine. So we've got a brand new engine from S&S. It's a v111 crate engine. Something like 120 horsepower, 130 pound-feet of torque. We'll get to more of those specs later. We've also got a full stainless steel exhaust, handmade, over at Pt.1 Industries. We've got a final drive, chain drive conversion from Tracker Dyna to install. Got Fox Racing RC1 shocks for the rear. We've got a Barnett's extra plate clutch kit with a heavy duty spring. Basically the idea here is to build a whole new bike. Because let's face it, the stock 80-inch motor, it really wasn't doing the trick. Plus it's seen better days. So, let's get to it.
I'd say this ground has
So Zach doesn't realize that the bolts are all different lengths, so I told him to lay them out on the floor in the pattern that they go in, so he doesn't misplace them. And he put them right there. I'm betting 50 bucks that by the time he's done, he kicks all of the bolts, because that's the worst location to leave them in.
Mental image.
Right, because you need a photo for the gram. Yeah. Come on, boy. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. No. I'm just fucking with you.
It's like, it's not so much the weight, it's this. Right here.
What?
I was going dick to dick with the engine. All right, baby. Today's the day. What we got going on here? We got accessories.
That's a sexy motor.
That's
Oh my God, look at that.
the way to live life. All right, so with a little help, we got this bad boy in. Now that we got it in, we can start wiring it up. We can start running the oil lines. We can start running fuel. We can do all that other shit that we need to take care of. And there's like a lot of it all good, man, because we're going to get it done. We're going to get this bitch fired up. And it's going to be sick. Yeah!
Okay, so basically they gave us the compression release with a jumper wire that comes out to the bike harness. Yep. In that jumper wire harness, these are simple 12-volt solenoids. All they're gonna do is react when given 12 volts. So basically one wire is gonna go to a ground. Grounds are always noted by these lines and dedicated by an ending period, which is generally your black wire on automotive. Now your other wire they give you is a green and white wire. This green and white wire is gonna come over, and this is where people get real confused on these diagrams because they see the lines transition over other lines. Well, if you look real closely, there's like a bump right there on that line. Well, that means this line goes underneath the bumped line. And that means it's going to number 87, which if you look on your ignition diagram, 87 is when you turn your ignition on. These solenoids will get power when our ignition turns on. They'll open, allowing the cylinders to move up and down freely so that the motor can start. As soon as they open, the motor will go up and down. I believe it's 2 revolutions. On the second revolution, it closes, which creates compression, and the engine will start. And the reason why Harley had to do this is because these are such big bores and big stroke motors, the starters took a real hit. They couldn't make the starter strong enough to turn over the motor. So in turn, they put compression releases to save the starter. And you'll notice, like, when you pull up to a guy with a badass Harley and he goes to start it and it goes, that's a big motor. When it just goes, it's a bitch motor.
Primaries all together, except the inner primary at least. New chain, compensating sprockets on. Now we're just gonna put together the clutch. We are gonna install this Barnett extra plate kit plus a heavy duty clutch spring. So we're gonna put the clutch together and hopefully we can get this all buttoned up and on to the next step. Actually, before we explode into a time lapse here, I can explain a little bit of this just to give you an idea. So we're gonna reuse the old clutch basket here. Now, whenever you're doing that, you always wanna inspect it for cracks or any kind of like damage. If there is damage, you should probably replace it. Now, when you're installing these bike clutches here, you'll notice that there are friction plates and then there's these steel plates here. Basically what we do is we start with the friction plate. That slides in like that. And then we just alternate from friction to steel plate. All right, so the engine's in, the oil lines are ran. We're probably gonna change a few things, but for now, that's how it's gonna sit until we can get it fired up and get it broken in. Now, you know, some of the cool things about these engines are, you know, most of it is completely redesigned from what the original Evolution motor is. Now, the cam chest itself is actually moved outward 1/4 inch to allow crankcases to handle a larger cylinder bore. They've relocated the cam chest oil pickup, basically to increase gear case scavenging, and it's got a ported breather passageway and a machine breather window, so it allows the air oil mist to move from the flywheel cavity basically into the cam chest of the engine with the least amount of restriction. A cool thing too is that these breathe, so from the crank and the heads. So late model Evos like that guy over there, this is a head breather Evo. There were 2 generations. I believe they switched over to the head breather in 1993. So that basically means that all the crankcase pressure is being routed up through the passages for it right here in these bolts. Now, S&S has redesigned their heads to where it's breathing from the back here. So that's kind of cool. Normally for these engines over 95 inches, they recommend that you use both the case breather and the head breather. A cool thing is too, we're machined for a crank position sensor. So this isn't something that normally you'd find in an Evo, but that's cool. If you want to run an EFI setup, you can with these. Now, we got to make sure that everything is aligned. We got to make sure that our vacuum lines are buttoned up. We're going to take this carb off and make sure that the proper jetting is in it. And if not, we're going to bump the jets up and then get rid of these heaps of shit. And we're going to put on these bad boys. That's right, super dampening performance. What up? That's where we're gonna be. So stay tuned for the second part of this. We should get it fired up, get it running. Then we're gonna take it to the dyno. And then we're gonna do some really, really stupid shit in it.
I'll have a hot dog with extra sauce. What the f? you looking at, stupid b****?
Well, you know my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings.
So today on Drawing with John, I'm going to show you how we go from this sketch to the final sticker. So in the past, I've shown you how I did analog sketching to do the impact, just send it sticker. The second phase I showed you when I went and tightened up a drawing to a tighter drawing so I could get ready to go to the next step, which is taking this and actually redrawing it once again in Adobe Illustrator to make it a vector file, which can be put out to t-shirts, stickers, whatever. It's a file format that is scalable and can be used for many different applications. So before we go there, I've been getting asked several questions, which I think I'll answer a few of them right now. First one is, what gear do I use? For just normal drawing with a pencil or pen or whatever, it's just #2 pencil, can be printer paper, it could be in a sketchbook, just basically normal things you'd have laying around. For digital, I'll use a Cintiq, Wacom Cintiq. At the office here, it's a 13-inch hybrid. At the home studio, it's a 24-inch, it's huge. And the reason why I use the Cintiq is that you actually draw on the screen, so it's very natural. So it'll speed up your workflow 100%, and it just makes the transition super smooth and easy. I did start out with tablets. That's how almost everyone gets started, because when you get to an actual Cintiq where you draw on screen, it's pricey. When you're starting out, there's nothing wrong with getting a small tablet and building yourself up. It's investing in yourself if you're gonna get serious about it. So you don't need to go out and buy everything. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get started. It's just what you can afford. For programs, people ask me, I use Autodesk Sketchbook Pro. That's what I draw in all the time. I know people tell me like, oh, Manga Studio, use that. I didn't like it. I've been using Sketchbook now for 8 years. I started using it when I was at Maisto, and I just use it all the time. For me, for whatever reason, it's my program I like to draw in digitally. Some people will actually sketch in Photoshop, but for whatever reason, I don't like using that. I like to use Photoshop for retouching or digital painting only. So it goes from Sketchbook, then I'll go into 99% of the time it goes into Illustrator, which is I use my preferred vector program. You don't have to use Adobe software. There's other options out there, freeware, so check them out. So that kind of answers a couple of my questions. We'll go over here. You can watch me do some vector work and then see how it all goes down. So there you go, that's the process. I go from a sketch to a final illustration done in vector. It's a tedious process, but I actually did learn something very recently. I never actually used the brush tool. I've always done pulling points, where you just use the pen tool and you just draw around it all, and then you just go out and tweak everything by thickness, by line weight. And just recently, I finally started using the brush tool and sped up a little bit more, and I got the desired effect in a quicker time. So it shows you can always learn. Every day you should learn something, and I try to achieve that every day with myself. Maybe Kawa doesn't, but I do. So anyways, thanks for watching. Next time we'll talk about something else drawing. Maybe I'll do a digital painting. Ooh, or I was gonna do this for our toy drive, but didn't have time because there wasn't enough people here. Do an airbrush portrait of Kakawa, analog. Sickness. He wants it. It's gonna look fresh. So cool. Next time.
Please stay also, it'd be fun, because they're fun.
Yeah, explosions. Who doesn't like those? Anyway, if you want that sticker, it's free with any purchase. Is there a dollar price?
Nope.
Oh.
Free with all orders while supplies last.
You heard the man. A few weeks back, we were out in Indiana to check out our girl Leah Pritchett's race shop, And while we were there, she introduced us to her friend and fellow racer, Johnny Lindbergh, who is a Nitro funny car driver. Anyway, Johnny had a very interesting LS3 swapped Volvo that we wound up going to check out and do some things in. So this is that footage right here. All right, so while we were here, we had a surprise. Oh, hey, Leah.
You guys checking out Johnny?
Yeah.
All right. What's up?
This is a private parking lot, so that's totally fine. Yeah, see? Let's go inside. Let's check out why we're here. I know, right? What's up, man?
What's up?
Say your name. Who are you?
Johnny Lindbergh. We're in my shop here in Brownsburg, Indiana.
Yeah.
And it's snowing and it's perfect because it's a Volvo right in here.
Yeah, we got something a little special here. Now, it's not just a Volvo. It's a Volvo with a sick patina.
It's Swedish steel with American muscle.
Yeah, let's just get right to it, man. Like, what's this all about?
Yeah,
I mean, we got Sparkos.
I'm from Sweden, you know, so.
Oh, no, I couldn't tell.
This is like the first car I learned to drive in, you know.
Damn.
So I wanted to have like a car that handled the same on dry asphalt as in frozen lakes back home in Sweden. So I put an LS3 in it.
Did you say frozen lake?
Yeah.
You guys actually like driving frozen lake?
Yeah.
Wait, do you have any footage of you driving on a frozen lake?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So give me a rundown of what you're running here. I mean, is this just like a stock LS? Like, what is it?
Yeah, it's a crate motor. So it's LS3 and it's a 5-speed Tremec and a 2-disc McLeod clutch in it. Original funnel for the transmission, everything fits. Like a Volvo 240 is made to put a V8 in.
My man. See, more people need to get on this train. V8 everything.
Original Volvo rear end, welded diff.
Nice.
Hasn't busted yet? That's
No, but they hold up pretty good actually.
In Sweden, they have so much off time to engineer things because it's just cold all the time. How long's your winter?
It's the same as here in Indy.
Forever? This is so. We got just. There's no cables. There's no cable going to that throttle
No,
body.
it's electric. It's weird, but it works.
Man.
It's magic. But I'm gonna put a supercharger on it. It's too slow right now. But we're gonna put a Whipple on it.
What size Whipple? Like a 4-liter?
I don't think so.
So let's talk about the important things now. Are you gonna throw a gigantic cam in it? Like a stupid, like not even necessary.
It's a pretty good cam in right now. It sounds pretty good. But
I mean, like barely. It needs to barely idle. How much chop does this have at idle?
we can start it and you can hear it.
Well, fire it up. Let's get to it, man. That's not bad. That's not bad for stock. Now, did you do all the work on this?
Yeah.
So run us through. I mean, kind of what we have going on inside the interior here.
I'm a drag racer, you know, but I like to go sideways too. So I have a e-brake here. Or what'd you say? It's handbrake?
Ah, there you go.
I was gonna say,
there you go.
I just put a cage in it the last weekend.
Oh, damn! You didn't even see this.
Yeah.
Damn,
So,
that's like tucked away.
yeah. So it's not done yet, but I started.
You're gonna go all the way to the back?
Yeah, I'm gonna have the back seat in it so we can go for lunch, you know. But it's still gonna be a cage, so it's gonna be a bar going in behind so people can hold.
Okay, an oh shit bar.
Yeah.
And then also you can run your harness through it.
Yeah, exactly. Because now I don't have seat belts. The suspension is new under it. It's coilovers all the way around. And
Okay.
Look at this. You have the two caliper setups for the handbrake too.
Oh, you got the hydro. You got the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at the
Yeah.
clearance right there. You can't even fit.
Ooh.
You can't even fit. Look. Oh, and back here it's touching, man. You can't even fit a fingernail in there.
Man.
Now that's
So I completely forgot about this.
in fact, he's got a funny car. Look at this thing.
Just chilling out next to the bar.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with this, man? What's your day job, by the way?
This is my day job. I'm driving a nitro funny car for head racing. This is my old car. I won 15 and 16 world championship in this car. This is the only car that has a championship both in Europe and in America.
Oh, so what does this car run off of? You said alcohol?
Alcohol funny car.
Okay. For our viewers that don't know, if you want to give like a quick breakdown on the difference between nitro and alcohol.
Like this car is like wrestling your girlfriend. But driving a fuel car is like wrestling an alligator. Nitro car that I drive, it has like 7,000 more horsepower than this car.
7,000 more horsepower.
So that's like what, 10,000, 11,000
Yeah, 10,
horse?
11,000. Yeah. So now this car, I do the quarter mile on like I'd be up to 270. But in a fuel car, I go to 285 to half track.
With like an 8 mile track, right?
8th mile, you know. So it's just so much faster. It's insane.
So for these alcohol cars, are they still running quarter mile?
Yeah, so we run quarter mile with these cars. We run 1,000 foot with the fuel car.
The thing behind that is the trap speeds, and we're just getting too insane, right? Like that's why they cut it down to 1,000 feet.
One more difference, like this car, you swap feet, you rev it up. We don't have a two-step or nothing. It's allowed. So you rev it up to like 7,000, 7,500.
And that's it.
And then you swap feet. You know,
Oh.
you even need to hold it on.
So you're saying a 7,000 RPM clutch dump? That's what we're all about here, man. Dude, this shit's so sick. But now, let's like, you know what? Let's see what this thing does out in the snow.
See my power window? See if it works.
What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, buddy. That's all right.
Oh, Zach, I feel so bad for you. You're just trying to do your own episode because no one else cares about motorcycles.